Diary of Wimpy Kid, page 133. Monday. Yesterday we went around town trying to sell our papers, but nobody wanted to pay and we had to start giving them out for free. When he handed the paper to Tony, he didn't seem too happy that his ad was running next to a negative review of his restaurant. I told him if we bought a bigger ad for the next edition of the paper, we could arrange for a more positive write-up. We still had a few dozen papers left, and since we were handing them out for free, I figured I could unload them at school. But when I started giving them to kids as they walk in the door, Vice Principal Roy asked me what I was doing. He said I couldn't hand out an unauthorized publication on school grounds and that he was going to have a confiscate my papers. But I knew what this was really all about. Vice Principal Roy was just spooked that we were gonna give the school run for his money with our holiday bazaar. I was still pretty mad about the whole thing when I got home this afternoon, and I decided I wasn't gonna just roll over and let Vice Principal Roy shut us down. Even though Vice Principal Roy took our papers, I figured I could make some signs and hang them up around town to advertise. I knew Mom kept a poster board and markers in the laundry room for school project. So I got to work. I used the non-green poster board because I wanted to make sure you could see our signs from a mile away. I finished making the poster after dinner and called Rory to ask for help putting them up. We started with the school because I figured a lot of parents would see them when they dropped their kids off in the morning. But right when we were done hanging them up, it started to rain and the marker on our signs ran, and soon they were pretty much worthless. But when we pulled them down, we got a huge shock. The rain had made the green dye from the poster board bleed, too, and now there were a huge green splotch all over the brick wall. We tried to get the green dye off of the wall, but the stuff was like a permanent ink. I knew we couldn't leave giant green stains all over the school, so I tried to figure out what to do next. But right at the moment, someone yelled at us from the street. "Hey, what are you kids doing?" Me and Rory panicked and took off. We ran across the parking lot and through the shortcut in the woods, then kept running until we were sure we'd lost whoever was back there. I wish we hadn't run because if we had just stayed and explained ourselves, it probably would be been fine. I don't know if the person who called out was a parent or police officer or what, but I was just hope they didn't recognize us, because if they did, we could be in some serious trouble.